types of basic charts. See, one is known as the natal chart. Okay, natal chart is nothing what you're born with. Okay, your birth chart is nothing but the natal chart. So at the time of birth, you had specific planetary combinations, and that is known as the natal chart. Now there's another chart which is known as the GOCHAR chart. GOCHAR chart is nothing but every day the planets are moving, every day the planets are occupying different signs or houses, and that is known as the GOCHAR chart or the transit chart. Okay, now you might ask, you might ask that the basic chart or the natal chart tells about through Mahadashas and Antardashas, tells about every month, every year. So what is the use of this transit planet? Okay, in Hindu astrology, what happens is to confirm certain results. The transiting chart is there. For example, a person is going through, say, Saturn Mahadasha, and is entering into say Saturn period, where Saturn Mahadasha and Saturn Antardasha. Now you want to really see how your Saturn would actually give results. So you know that you have to see into the placement of Saturn and things like that. Say for example, Saturn was not that well placed, then it would give very bad results in the Mahadasha. But though Saturn might be very badly placed, but due to transiting chart, okay, or maybe currently Saturn is placed well, because of that the negativity would slightly get reduced. Okay, on the same lines, even let's say Saturn was very well placed in your natal chart or your basic birth chart, but in today's chart or in the transit chart, Saturn is not well placed, so there will be slightly less positive results. So that's why transiting planets, they are just used to confirm certain results. Okay, but in Western astrology, transit chart are very important. They become the main thing for telling about someone's future. So that is the difference. But in Vedic astrology, as I follow mostly Vedic astrology, in that the natal chart becomes very important, and to confirm the results, you have to look into the transit chart. Now let us try to understand how does it work. The transit planets, every day the planets are moving. For example, Jupiter takes around 1 year to shift from one sign to another. Okay, because Jupiter is moving, so sign wise Jupiter shifts from one sign to the other in 1 year. Same way Saturn takes 2.5 years. These are transiting planets. Okay, Saturn remains fixed, and it's the planet moves slowly. So that's why in the zodiac belt is a belt around the Earth. In that, okay, the planets are still moving. So in that belt, Saturn will remain in one sign for 2.5 years, then again after 2.5 it will shift. So that is the transiting planet concept. Same way the other planets will also keep shifting and will be causing effects. Now it's always observed. Now let us try to see how the effect would be of these transits. As we say that they would further fine tune or confirm the basic readings, let us try to understand that. For example, Mars, Saturn, Rahu and Ketu, they are considered malefics, okay, and they generally give very bad results in the 3rd, 6th and the 11th house. Also, any planet transiting 4th, 8th or 12th will not give very good results, okay, because 4th, 8th and 12th during transits, it has been found out that the results are generally not good. Now let us try to understand few more principles of transits. Okay, now Yoga Karaka. Now what is Yoga Karaka? A planet which is owning a trine, okay, and also a Kendra becomes the Yoga Karaka, or a planet which is owning good houses. Okay, now let us try to take an example. So this is Capricorn rising. Okay, the 10th sign is the sign of Capricorn. Okay, and then you have 11th, 12th, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. Now obviously the 5th sign, okay, or the 5th house, let us see the 5th house. The 5th house has sign number 2, which is Taurus. Okay, and then you see 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. Okay, the counting of houses is from here. This is always the first house, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now this is the 10th house. Now 10th house has the sign of Libra. Okay, now 5th is a trine house. Okay, in astrology we have the trine house as 1, 5 and 9. and 10 is a Kendra houses. Kendra houses are houses number 1, 4, 7, 10. Now what is the ruler of Taurus and Libra? It is Venus. So you see, in this case Venus is the owner of a trine and also of a Kendra, and that's why it becomes Yoga Karaka. Or in other way also, if there is some very strong planet which is doing very good, it will give very good results. Okay, even Yoga Karaka or the owner of good house will always give good results and will not give negative results during transits. So you can say that Yoga Karaka is a kind of blessing a person can have in his chart. Again, it is also important to see that the Yoga Karaka planet is also well placed and is in conjunct with other benefic planets, and in that case definitely the transiting planet will always give results. Okay, now let us go further. Owner of evil houses. Now owner of evil houses do not give good results. They intensify the unfavorable results, and even in the favorable houses they do not give good results. So owner of the evil houses are nothing in your main chart. Okay, in your main chart, the house number 6, okay, 8, okay, so this is 6th, this is 8th, and the 12th. Okay, so the 6th, 8th and 12th, the owner of that houses, okay, during the transit will not give good results. So these planets are unlikely to give good results. Now what about the excelled planets? Okay, the planets which are exalted. Okay, then in that case they give good results generally. If a planet is exalted, then it will give in a positive house, it will give even more good results. In a negative house, the overall negativity will get reduced. Okay, so an exalted planet also starts acting as a Yoga Karaka or like an owner of good houses kind of a planet, which keeps giving good results even during the transits. What happens in retrograde effect? Now retrograde, what happens if a planet starts moving in a retrograde direction, or if a planet is slowing down, because many planets have elliptical orbit. Okay, they have elliptical orbit. So what will happen is it will start appearing as if the planet has become very slow because of the ellipse. Okay, so it might be appearing as if it is retrograding or going backwards. And during retrograde effect, what happens, if it is a benefic planet, it will intensify the good effects of an house. Okay, but if it is a malefic and it is going in a negative sign, then the retro effect will be, retrograde is like doubling the effect. The positive gets intensified, the negative also gets intensified. Now what about if the transiting planet goes over the house in which it is originally posted? For example, let's say in your birth chart, okay, Saturn is placed, let's take some other planets. Say Mercury is placed in the 7th house. Okay, let's say Mercury is placed over here. Now what will happen if the transiting Mercury also comes here? Okay, if the transiting Mercury also comes there, then the effectivity of that house will suddenly increase. Okay, the effect would be doubled. You will feel the effect whenever and those houses effect will certainly, depending upon how the planet is placed, those house results will start coming out. If it is not a very good placement, it will give good, but the intensity will increase. Okay, the house will start showing its effect definitely. So that is how it happens. So that's how transiting planets are something like that. They modify the results to confirm the results. Especially in Vedic astrology, we go by transiting planets. Now few more things are that Sun and Mars gives the transit effect in the degree 0 to 10. Jupiter and Venus gives from 10 to 20 degree in any house, okay, or in any sign. Moon and Saturn from 20 to 30. Mercury, Rahu and Ketu from 0 to 30. That is the entire sector. Okay, so that is how these transiting planets are dealing with, or you have to, for fine tuning your results, transiting planets are always taken into consideration. Hopefully you understood few of the principles and understood the concept of transit. Transit will only fine tune your overall astrological chart and tell you as to what exactly is going to happen. So hopefully you got the basic concepts of transits, and we'll be dealing it in more detail into the further videos. For now, these are just the basics. I'm Shwetank into astrology. Do check my channels more. Thank you. Take care. Have a great day. Bye-bye.